Welcome to another solo episode of the GLB podcast, the platform where we drive innovation and business growth. This is Dr. Chuma Osuchukwu, your regular host and the author of The Learning Leader and the Five Perspectives of Change Leadership. Today, let's explore how business leaders can remain self-aware and open as authority and influence increase. As leadership responsibility grows, so does influence. And good business leadership is about staying grounded while influence grows. So, what is the problem today? The problem is that when authority and influence grow, honest feedback shrinks. Business leader stops receiving the full picture of what is happening in the business. And this will happen for a number of reasons. People want to be in the good books of the leader. On the part of the leader, success reinforces instinct. The leader says, I've done this before, and it worked. I've done this before, and it succeeded. So I can always do it again. What is popularly known as the Samson's principle. I can always do it again. Can you? When the situation is dynamic, things change, the world is moving at such a fast rate, and what worked only yesterday will not work today. But that's one of the reasons why this happens. And another reason why this happens is because the leader's identity is fused with the role. That means the leader thinks that I am the same with the role that I am in. And in that situation, friction disappears. And the leader does not get exactly the true picture of his or her business. The reason why I'm doing this podcast for you is because some of the things I'm about to say or the solutions I'm about to offer, your team members may not be able to do that, not because they don't know, but because they may be afraid to tell you what this is all about. Now, I have three solutions to this to offer. For the leader to have a good overview of the business, to have understanding of the business at all times, the true picture of the situation. Solution number one would be for you to deliberately design a challenger. A challenger does not mean somebody who disrespects you. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's somebody who can look at the other side of the situation. Somebody who can say, have we covered this angle and that angle? Somebody who can say, what are the likely risks we're going to run into here? And how do we mitigate those risks? That's the challenger you need in your team. And that challenger could well be that person who would not chorus with the rest of the team on what you're doing, It's not because what you're doing is not right, but there is always a second opinion on every situation. That person who's always quiet in your team could be the challenger. Ask him, ask her, what do you think? And be ready and willing to hear what that person has to say. It might make you review what all the team have just agreed on. You need that person in your team. The second solution I have to offer you today is that build a feedback system that skips levels. Don't always take the feedback from the level nearest to you. Skip levels. Go to the middle. Go to the people on the floor, on the shop floor. Ask them what they think. And if you think because of your power and influence, they will not give you exactly what you need, design an anonymous feedback. It could be a feedback that has no name to it because you've outsourced it. And assure people that whatever they think is not going to be detrimental to their well-being in the business. And you might be able to get into what the true situation is. And my third solution to this problem is separate your role from who you are. Ask yourself this question: who am I beyond this current title? Who am I? If this position were no longer here, who am I? And how do I function? When you're able to separate those two um, aspects of you, then chances are that you will be able to function in humility. Protect humility, or power will indeed their judgment. Thank you for listening.